Yes, we're at James Volk's Fitness Center here in Johannesburg, yes, in Honeydew. And I've spent the last week here with James, sorting through final things before we head into Botswana. I've been using the vehicle for maybe about 3 weeks now, and it was things that we need to get done. And fortunately, met this fine young man here, and we've been working. This has been his shop. He's done overlanding, and so he and I have sorted through a bunch of things. We're going to go over that now. So the first thing that we got done was cargo rails were added to the outside of the front runner racks. It provided additional attachment points for things that can be stored on the Mack tracks. At this point, we have wood on there, but you know, other things could be stored up there if necessary. These boxes have been procured and attached. That was done by Bailey's 4x4, and all the recovery gear and other items have been stored on this side or the other side. In the electrical bay, a 50-foot hose was procured, classable hose for filling tanks, and classable bucket. And then these battery storage things, the cabling for that was kind of exposed to the outside, so they've been rerouted to the inside underneath this. In the future, other builds that use this kind of design, it'd be best if this was a bigger opening. There's no need for this material here. That could be wider open, more storage be available, and this could be designed to accommodate wiring, because this is a very good place to do charging. In this electrical bay, one of the last projects we just did was this portable Hoover vac. Runs on a battery. We have a place up here to store it. The glue's just drying on some of the foam, but this Hoover vac will be kept up there in the roof of the electrical bay. Is it hard to see? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So there's the. Okay. On this side of the vehicle, these cushions that were against the back of the back of the cabin, the camper, for leaning up against if we were to spend some time in here. We realized that we really needed that as storage space, both the left and the right. And so we've taken those cushions, and we'll come back to the back here. Those cushions have been repurposed. They can be used. So this is attached by Velcro. So this is the cushion that was on the right. It was shortened up because it was too large for the space that it did occupy, but now it takes the place of matting that was previously there. So we had this matting in there to protect the cooler from the tables that are stored there. And so this gets thrown away. We'll just throw that away. And we put that cushion there on Velcro, and if we ever need to use it, it's available for use there. The one on the left side of the door is being stored up in top. So on the inside of this cabin now, there are two rugs that run the length of it now to protect the floor, make it easier to clean. And bits of rug were added down at the end there where the table is kind of gets stored onto the floor, or fitted to the floor. And that was wearing. The tables would, you know, they're long, they would sit on the floor and you'd push them, and that was marring the floor. So now the rug is there, and it protects that. And a bit of rug here on the front as well. If we close the door, we get one of the nice improvements on the back. We have several nice improvements. One is this large bag. This is a camp cover, three divisional mattress from Outdoor Warehouse. And it's a perfect size to fit the back of the door. And in it, we can store, for example, these mats for the shower, both inside and outside the shower. We got a couple of spares, and there's enough space now to store the ground sheets, which have been stored up on the roof, are difficult to get up and put away, and now those will actually be stored in here as well. So this was stored with channel, aluminum channel, using the existing rivets. We placed the pop rivets that held through the door to the other side to hold the pockets. Those have been replaced with riv nuts, and those riv nuts you can screw into them and secure things. So those should be a common thing used in the industry. They've been helpful. They've been used all throughout this vehicle in the last week, and so that's held there with riv nuts. And if you zip that up, because it's centered left to the left side, the spare wheel will close. And then we replace the pop rivets down here, these two pop rivets with riv nuts, and then secured with bungee this bag to the back door. Then on the back of the wheel cover, this was obtained and modified slightly to be able to secure the lock to it. So this is the cover for the high lift. And yeah, the other work that was done here was the step. The step that we previously used was this milk crate without the wood on it, and we would just step off here onto the milk crate. It's a big step down, and I've fallen off that a few times since I've been using it in the last few weeks. So in place of that, we got this from Bailey's, and it's a step. It folds up. And then modified somewhat to eliminate some unnecessary metal, took the industrial surface off there, put it with a more comfortable surface, and a license plate on the back because it was slightly covering this one. So this can stay on there pretty much all the time, except unless we were in very rugged 4x4 territory and had steep entry or exit angles. Other than that, it should be fine to leave on most of the time. And then with the use of this step, this was a full-size beer crate that's been cut down and carpeted, and so now there's ease to go in, and for me, ease to go out. And if we actually need some extra height, we can take this one. That was reinforced with the wood that you see, and now I have a taller standing surface to use. On the back, in addition to the step, in the bag, we put some hooks up here. At night, it's always a question about what to do with your sandals when you're taking them off, or your shoes. You don't really want to take them inside, often whether they're dirty. And so now we can hang these up and not worry about the hyenas walking away with your foot gear at night. And so we have a place to hang that, and some additional ones on the right side. And if we come around to this side, this is the kind of the kitchen side. Again, this is the place where there was a cushion against the back here in this little cavity. We were unable to use the pocket because the cavity was taken up by that cushion, and we've able to use it now, and we've added additional bungee straps up on top, and right now we're storing our light coats, which are often needed in the morning at this point.